I could hear each and every one of their butts clench when they said that the only artists who did well today were Ryan, Kelly, and Nikki.
Woo! They didn't like that. What I love right now is that I had one of the worst skull picks last week, and I'm gonna dish that to those boys. Vengeance will be had. The first person I'm going to is Sketchy, and then the next person is Boneface, and they're gonna get the out of this house.
It's gonna be thrilling watching you do the skull pick. Girl, it's gonna get messy.
That brings us to this week's elimination tattoo. Japanese.
Japanese, god damn it.
Every meaning on every piece is gonna be brought up. It has to be perfect or we're screwed.
Rooted in mythology and natural symbols, Japanese tattoos convey a balance of power and beauty through natural imagery.
In Japanese style, there's an even distributional weight throughout the piece. If it's off, it can really make somebody's body look awkward.
Let's meet your canvases.
Jamie's gunning for me. I came after his ass, so he's gonna come after mine. I know I'm
Clint. I Clint over by giving him a dragon again after he got chewed up so bad on the chaps. My most brilliant move to date.
fantastic. Thanks, dude. While you're looking at this, why don't you tell me real quick what you had in mind? And I'm gonna let you know what we can do. Since we're gonna be doing, obviously, a dragon, we're working against a lot of detail with a limited amount of time, so I have absolutely no experience with Japanese tattoos at all. If you want me to cover a lot of area, the black and gray would be a good route to go.
I was hoping in color.
What I can get done in 6 hours in black and gray is about the same as 3.5 hours in color. So you're basically cutting that in half. It can't get any worse for me than this.
I'm looking for reddish and yellows and golds, greenish.
This is an ass beating. That could very well be my ticket home. What do you think, you like it? No?
Wow, that's a lot. Clint, you're doing yours black and gray in color.
Doing black and gray.
I just hope you can do it in 6 hours.
Looks like Clint's bit off the most.
I feel like giving Clint the dragon was really well played. He's definitely struggling.
My balls are on the bandsaw right now. This type of tattoo requires a lot of time. It's so tight with detail.
We need to adjust.
I'm not trying to be a dick or anything. It's just like, me at least get the dragon done.
Do these needles go deeper than the other ones or no?
No. I just happen to land a client who's not allowing me to do the best of my ability.
If I don't like it, I'm walking out.
This guy could very well send me the home. Start praying to Jesus.
3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up. No more ink. Machines down.
Clint's piece might save my ass. It looks like he shot his dragon in the head and beat it to death for 6 hours.
There are a lot of issues with it. It's very, very dark. The fire looks like a red blob. I'm one pissed off guy.
This is by far the worst canvas I've had. That completely on my tattoo. I'm pissed.
This week, we asked you to create a Japanese tattoo. We were testing balance. Clint.
Oh, Jamie did me wonders.
How so?
I have issues with my Oriental dragons. I was cornered from the moment we started.
You're acting like you're the victim. Clearly, the client's the victim. It's just a bunch of dragon anatomy thrown in a ball. And there's no separation between the head and the body. The scales are a major failure. You did them too tight. If you had done everything on a bigger scale, it would have been way more readable.
The original drawing's huge. It's like this big. I can't tattoo as big as these guys.
This isn't a dick challenge that size matters. This is a tattoo.
Dude, seriously, you're killing me here.
It's doing a clean job, and that's it.
I mean, this thing is a f***ing mess. It's like you shot it in the head right off the bat and then spend the next 6 hours just beating it. What's a bummer to me is y'all didn't learn the lesson from the traditional day. Learn the f***ing lesson, man. And that's not just to you, Clint. That's to everybody in the room. Nobody in this room learned their lesson from traditional day.
Clint.
I came in today and I just dropped the ball. I up a lot.
All you had to do today was just do a decent dragon that we could tell what was going on. You botched a lot of elements.
I'm really good at what I do, but that's just a tiny little section.
The tattoo you did today is not a good representation.
This is a big kick in the ass. I'm trying to stay real humble right now. I take everybody's advice to heart. I'm willing to learn.
The judges have decided Clint, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
We're a little bummed that we're sending home a really technical tattooer, but somebody's got to go home. It's just come down to it.
Please pack your machines and close shop.
Get the out of here. I busted my ass on that tattoo. I do badass tattoos. I don't need a title to make myself feel better.
Is there anybody that you guys are specifically gunning for?
I'll give you one guess.
Dave.
Yes. He gave me the roughest day I've had since I've been here.
Craig worked with Matt to kind of put the three of us down. I think you probably should go after them.
I'm going after Craig. I truly think he doesn't have any respect for me.
You just got to give him something that's going to rattle him.
So I just want to return the favor.
Now, Dave falls under my umbrella, so we run into a conflict on that. But what I'm willing to concede on this one, I'll look away on the Dave one if you'll let me have a bad skull for Katie.
I'm totally cool with that.
I feel like I can chop Matt's legs a little bit if he doesn't have her here.
I'm not here to save anybody.
And then I've still got Tyler to protect.
You can do whatever you want to. I honestly, I don't care about anybody else. I just want Dave Clark's skull.
Okay.
I'm not surprised that Chris is not going to step in and protect Dave. David Clark's on his own, and David Clark is going to get it.
Today, you must tattoo an anatomical heart morph. Morph. Each canvas today wants an anatomical heart morphing into another image. You must use artistry to make the two images flow together perfectly. To win this competition, it's not enough to just be a technical tattooer. You must also have the artistry to draw appealing images. And these tattoos are a perfect test.
Morphing the heart. That'll be interesting. What would you like to get?
Anatomical heart morphing into a lion.
Morphing into a lion in black and gray.
What would you like to get tattooed today?
An anatomical heart morphing into a lion.
Color or black and gray?
Color.
Good.
I don't care about what strategy that Chris and Eric have worked out for the rest of those skulls. David Clark came at me. David Clark is going to get it. It's payback time.
Canvases, one by one, please read the artist's name on the bottom of your skull.
Dave.
I have to do a color lion on a girl whose complexion is dark, which limits my color palette tremendously. I'm bummed out.
Black and gray, a color.
I'm doing color, and I want a female lioness.
There are so many things working against me right now. She's got darker complexion, and on top of that, she wants a female lion. It's gonna look like a panther or a cougar. A lion needs a mane. Are you open to the male lion?
Okay.
Awesome. Chris told me that he would try to protect me, but it looks like it doesn't mean jack when it comes to this competition. Craig, I knew you were gunning for me. I'm gonna man up and fight back. Still got a lot of work to do. I'm a little stressed out because I'm working my ass off to come up with something unique and different to put me above Matt and Cruzman.
What are we morphing into over here?
A lion and a heart with external and internal view. Everybody else is doing externals. Nobody did an internal, and that'd be a cool way to bring the lion's hair throughout.
Dave's looks crazy.
Yes, it does.
He just has a heart with like a lion's face hanging off the edge.
There's a ball sack on the face.
Does have a ball sack on it.
Dave doesn't stand a chance today.
That's amazing. Love it.
Dave, Craig was gunning for you and you put you against Cruzman and Matt. You had one chance to stand up and come back at them and show them you were a strong artist, and you came with some weird design of a cut open heart. I needed you to be a part of my team, and I needed you to be a strong player, and you let yourself down and everybody else.
Yay. I love it. I really do.
What the are you doing? What was the deal with the tattoo?
I feel like you gave up.
You're a military dude. I'm a military guy. We are a team.
And you throw me under the bus? You did the skull picks?
That's crazy.
What the dude?
Craig gave you a that skull, dude, so I just turn around and fine, I'll battle you, Craig. You know, he's gonna you over, then I'll go right after him. I rocked my part, and then you blow your own.
Craig went after you, and you gave Craig what he wanted.
Today, you had to create anatomical heart morph tattoos that show your artistry. Dave.
Looking at the placement on this girl's shoulder, I put her in a tank top and I see this muzzle with this weird black smudge that's gonna look hideous. I don't know why you would put that much black behind it. If you just did a good outline, it would have looked fine. The only solid outlines are in what's supposed to be the heart. And I say what's supposed to be the heart because I feel like it looks like the lion is being dissected. It looks like it's been chopped open and there's pieces of it hanging out. It's really badly done. Sorry to be blunt, but it is.
We have to decide who's going home.
Dave's tattoo, I didn't care for at all. I couldn't tell what was going on in it.
It's a sandwich when you put a lion with a heart. I did what I could to make something presentable to you.
The morph itself is really unclear.
I wanted to have it where the hair incorporated with the heart. But it's static, that's the problem. I draw hearts all the time. The lion is something I don't tattoo all the time. So trying to figure out how to blend a lion with a heart.
If you can't draw, you will not be in the finale. I can promise that I won't see any of you guys in the finale unless you can draw.
Artistically, Dave is in the bottom for me because I can see the other two have some kind of movement happening, something exciting happening. To look at yours, it's really static.
The person's drawings that I've disliked the most throughout have been Dave's.
The judges have decided, Dave, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
In here, it comes down to everything from the drawing table up, and this is the point where we gotta say bye.
Please pack your machines and close shop. For this elimination tattoo, you must integrate a galaxy into an everyday object.
What? Oh my God.
Oh, now I really wish I got saved. Galaxy tattoos, a lot of times, are very hard to read, very messy looking, and if you don't pull it off right, it's just gonna look like a big blob of
I don't know if I can pull off the galaxy.
You got it.
Come on.
You got this. And don't forget, the team whose artist wins Tattoo of the Day will form a jury of peers to deliberate and choose one artist to put up for elimination.
We're gonna send some people home.
Let's meet your canvases.
Get it, girl.
It's extremely important that Amanda doesn't let Team Clean bully her around. She needs to stand her ground and make sure that she gets as much safety for us as possible.
I'm looking to get a Black Panther with jewel-toned galaxy in the fur.
Panthers are really difficult. You have to know where to put black, but also where to leave skin breaks, so you have highlights to those lines that make the shape of the panther.
You're kind of the odd person out right now, so which ones do you have your eye on?
Austin.
Let's barter here. If you get to pick Austin's, we get to pick Tim.
Amanda needs to understand that we can throw 3 times more blows to your team than you can to ours.
It's for you.
If Austin is going down, I'm gonna make sure 2 people on their team is going with him.
Canvases, one by one, please read the artist's name on the bottom of your skull.
Realistic panther.
Austin.
I have to make sure that this looks like a panther, not like a cover-up. This could go terribly wrong.
You guys going full T-Rex.
Does that look like cat's head?
Yeah. Just trying to figure out how to shade this cat's face. Remember how I did my stencil?
I'm trying to help Austin as much as I can.
Think I should do that? If it'll help, you're going right on a photograph that you can see a lot better than that tracing paper, right? That gives me my hand memory on how to shade.
Austin's like that 2-year-old that you just can't take your eyes off, or otherwise he's just getting into something.
I'm pretty sure I just screwed myself. I've got to flip it so just outwards. Make a copy. And then just make a stencil, because it's already gonna be flipped.
I feel like I'm a major league coach, but I'm coaching a t-ball player.
When you're done, you just make a copy like this, and it'll come out flipped.
And I can make a stencil directly off of that?
What, the copy? Yeah.
Okay.
Where we at?
Wipe up here on the top of that line so I can see.
I'm gonna pull a little bit of...
See, outside of that line?
Yep.
Austin's tattooing outside of the line with his shading. He needs to fix that or he's gonna be as good as gone.
The black that's clearly gone out of the lines. What are you gonna do to fix it?
I'm not sure. Like, do you have any ideas?
You might have to do like some color bursts coming from behind the panther.
Don't get flustered. It's plenty of time. Plenty of time.
This challenge is technical application. I need to figure out how to hide the flaw in my tattoo without making it look like an afterthought.
Just smooth the blends out as much as possible.
I swear to God, if I'm in the bottom again, I'm going to lose my mind and pull out what little hair I have left.
2 more hours. 2 more hours. Today, you had to integrate a galaxy into an object, proving your technical application. Austin.
First glance, this tattoo, it does have an appealing look to it. Simple approach, but your color blends, I don't think really blend. Your pink background across the top should either be a solid all the way to the line, or you should leave some sort of halo or something.
Austin, was that background deliberate, or was that because you colored outside the lines?
What I think about good tattoo artists is not that they don't make mistakes, is that sometimes they know how to fix those mistakes and make sure that they don't destroy you.
Just the idea of putting the pink behind the panther's head makes it look like it's sore. Your flow and how you're gonna put things together is where you're stifled. I think Austin's, if you look at the space, I don't think it's very well thought out how it finishes, because the spiral's going one way, and then as soon as it hits the panther neck, it's just some going a different way.
I mean, galaxies come from infinite, so they're infinite shapes, infinite sizes. Because you haven't seen that one doesn't mean there's not one that looks like that.
I think everybody that's going to look at it is going to think that it is a galaxy.
So let me put you in a position, because both galaxies potentially
Austin's galaxy is way more than Jess's.
Yeah, come on.
So whose animal's better?
You can't tell me the technical aspect of the outline on Jess's is good. I think the wolf is beat.
The cat face does not have as many anatomical issues as the sideways face of the wolf. My vote's for Jess.
Overall, I know what both elements of Jess's tattoo are. I know it's a galaxy and I know it's a wolf. When I go to Austin's tattoo, it's a cat with some kind of questionable spinner going on there. My vote's for Austin.
My vote's for Austin.
The judges have decided. Austin, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
You put in everything you had on every one. For that, I commend you. And you know what you got to work on. Set them up, you knock them down, everything will fall into place behind that.
Thank you.
Please pack your machines and close shop. Today, you must tattoo Japanese temples.
Oh my God.
Yay, Japanese temples. Those things are so intricate and so detailed, and they're so structured.
Oh my God.
So if you're not good at your line work, you're gonna up this temple.
It will require expert composition to capture the beauty of these elaborate temples.
Wow. We are looking for you to compose this tattoo. You have to put together something that's a scene. If it's a winter scene, make it feel cold. If it's a beautiful sunny day, make it clear as day.
Let's meet your canvases.
We know exactly who we've got to hit on Team Clean. We're going after Kyle, and we're going after him with a vengeance. This kid's time is up. He just doesn't know it yet.
Traditional black and gray Japanese temple with cherry blossoms and a bridge on my ribs.
That sucks.
I didn't know they gotta give that to me.
A Japanese temple is composed of a lot of straight lines. Once you wrap it over the ribs, it's going to distort the image. So if you're not careful, you're as good as gone.
On the ribs?
Yeah.
Are you dead set on that?
Yeah.
Someone's gonna try to change your mind.
I know. Not changing it.
You're leaving here with a rib tattoo?
I am.
This one's for you.
Nobody's safe right now. Christian is definitely gunning for all of them.
Canvases. One by one, please read the artist's name on the bottom of your skull.
I'm gonna bet Kyle's got the ribs. Kyle.
I hate tattooing ribs, especially after my last canvas where he almost tapped out and sent my ass home. I love your idea, man.
Yeah.
I can tattoo the ribs, no problem, but most people can't sit for it. The last dude I had, big tough guy, it almost sent me home because he wouldn't sit still. He kept taking breaks every 5 minutes. Is there any other way you would to do anywhere else?
I wonder how many canvases are gonna fold today. How many guys are gonna change it from a rib, or they're gonna change the style?
Don't listen to him.
Test your artists. Do they deserve to make it? It's final 8. How many artists are gonna step up to
Don't
the
listen
plate?
to that joker.
Do what your canvas wants today. Can't do a rib, can't do a chest, can't do a style, don't deserve to be here.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Do you think I should do it there?
I'd put it on the ribs.
My only concern is just him sitting still.
I'm not gonna get canvas in the sleeves.
Leaving is one thing, but sitting and squirming for 6 hours is even worse.
Today, these artists are going to be tattooing Japanese temples.
I mean, I could just continue this as part of the end of this statue.
No, that's perfect.
These artists are going to have to really work on composition, constructing the temple in a way where you have a foreground, some background. That coupled with temples, anything can happen.
You doing all right? Team Christian, they didn't just send me a grenade. They dropped a
nuke on me. Every week they're gunning for me. As soon as I pop my head up from the water to catch a breath, they push my head back down. It's just exhausting having to fight every single day.
What's going on with this front over here? It just kind of like has this scratchy line. It just looks unfinished.
I hate everything about this tattoo. This thing's crooked as hell. I'm doing what I can to save it, but you know, this thing's
3, 2, 1. That is it. Time is up. Machine's down. No more ink.
Wow. I love it. That's incredible.
Mine was stressful.
The ribs is definitely tough, man.
The skin is so thin, dude. There's always gonna be like little hiccups here and there.
They might hit you on a couple spots.
Hey, Kyle, what do you think about having ribs for dinner? Like them well done? You're a dick.
We got our asses handed to us.
I just feel like I very well could be going home.
Christian just keeps leaving traps for you and you keep walking into it. They handed you the ribs.
It's the hardest spot to tattoo.
Ribs are hard, but I don't tell people what the hard things are for me because that's more ammo for them to use subconsciously against me.
They gave it to me anyways because I dropped the ball in the last one.
You are clearly a threat, and you're letting them get to you. You're your biggest enemy right now, not Team Christian, you. I promised your brother I would look after you, so I'm gonna give you some tough love right now.
Yeah, the tough love that you're getting from our team is just because we want and need you here.
Dude, think of your brother. Jimmy busted his ass to like teach you everything that he knew about tattooing, and it took you further than it took him.
Now I'm ready to defend my stuff.
You're a dude that lays down and gets back up. Don't lay down.
Today, you're being tested on composition, tattooing Japanese temples. Team Clean, let's start with you. Kyle.
You had a tough challenge. The line work definitely gets away from you as far as all the straight lines being parallel in direction. There's pretty much no way to make the bottom of this bridge look straight with the angle of the temple. It just wraps a little bit, and it did get a little bit askewed in the process.
It's a tough spot to put a man-made structure.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing that's throwing your design off the most first, your tattoo is just all shaded in the same way. There's a lot of similar tonality here where you can't really back yourself out of a corner.
Kristen, why did your team vote Kyle to the bottom?
We just felt that Kyle's seriously was the worst tattoo of the day, hands down. At first glance, that's a solid tattoo.
I think Kyle's looks pretty rad. Definitely looks like a powerful, dramatic tattoo.
It was like a powerful earthquake blew up the whole neighborhood. Not only is the pagoda leading, but the bridge is leaning completely the opposite, incorrect way.
You would have served yourself a big help putting the stencil on in two parts. Placing the pagoda, placing your bridge. You didn't need to be pigeonholed to that stencil.
The curve and the indents of the rib cage made some lines look a little wobbly.
You can't straighten up a crooked structure.
It's gonna stay though. Yours is gonna fall
No,
out.
it's gonna stay. It'll be light, but it'll stay.
All right, judges, time to determine who's going home. I feel like it's between Amanda and Kyle, and I'm really torn because I like the weight of Kyle's tattoo.
From a distance, it has a lot of contrast. It's dark.
It reads more like a temple to me, and Amanda's, when you really get into the temple, the upper tier of it, is just a lot of inconsistencies on lines and shapes and patterns. My vote is for Amanda.
They both have line work problems. They both have dimensional errors, but Kyle's definitely stands out as having the most crooked stuff going on. My vote's for Kyle.
Kyle, I want to keep you here, man. But this is just the most challenged tattoo of the day. I hate to do it, man, but Kyle.
The judges have decided. Kyle, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
I really think you have your foot on the gas going in the right direction. I think you're going to be great.
You did good, man. This just wasn't your day.
Nope. Please pack your machines and close shop.
Thank you. Later, guys.
Easy, man. Today, your canvases are counting on you to fix one of the biggest mistakes of their lives. By covering up a constant source of shame, a hate tattoo.
We gotta cover up some hate tattoos? We just did foreheads. This is getting crazier and crazier.
Your canvases today regret getting these tattoos, so you must help them by transforming these symbols of hate into something new. James, you won the Flash Challenge. You have the power to assign the canvases. A spot in the top 4 is on the line, so be strategic.
My strategy is take out Kristen and Anthony. I'm trying to keep all the veterans in this. What'd you like?
I'm getting the swastika covered up here.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty nasty.
want a World War II tribute to turn a negative into a positive.
Difficult. That's a ridiculously hard cover-up. Because it's big and bold and it's right in the middle of her leg, it's gonna be really difficult to cover.
Christian?
It's gonna be interesting.
I wanted a cross with a helmet coming off of it.
That's basically a soldier's cross.
Exactly.
My biggest concern about this tattoo is that it's really large and some weird tattoo going right through the middle. She wants a soldier's cross, but it's not big enough to cover this thing. Anything else if this didn't work for you?
No way.
If this were in my shop, it would take me 3 days to come up with a design to cover it properly. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I kind of want to ask you something just like straightforward.
Go ahead.
I kind of have this feeling that you're sort of playing both sides a bit.
How so, though?
You've been talking to James a lot, and he threw you a really nice canvas, and I think he hit me hard.
He could have been trying to toss you that one because it was black and gray, and he thought you could knock it out of the park as a black and gray artist.
He intentionally gave me a harder sculpt.
Oh, yeah.
What James did was basically his decision.
I also know that he wants an all-vet finale, and that puts you right in the middle. You got the vets that say, hey, let's make an all-vet finale. You got us saying, hey, let's make a mess finale, so you're winning either way. I've got a couple of different options for you. My canvas wants a soldier's cross and a 6-pointed star to cover this thing up and pay homage to the people that she offended with the original tattoo. The soldier's cross is doable. However, I've got to do it at least that big. So I did one that I know will work, a World War II American Eagle piece. With the 6-pointed star, I know it's a totally different direction.
Let's get it.
Really?
Yeah, badass. Let's get it, man.
Luckily, she just wants to get rid of this swastika. She hates it, and she's willing to do whatever it takes. Got some tricks to pull off. This tattoo isn't working out as good as I expected. There are a lot of wonky lines that are just popping up out of the blue. It is not covering the way I wanted to. My goal is to make it look like a badass tattoo, even if it wasn't covering.
And there's a couple spots that get a little bit rough.
I've never been to the bottom before, and I'm not ready to go now.
So far, I think Christian's the weakest. That eagle head.
It's mad ugly.
The drawing's terrible. And the little arms. You better really pull it together.
Today, you had to show ingenuity by covering a hate tattoo. Christian.
The first glance at this tattoo is very nice. I like the aesthetic. I like the big, simple approach. Just looking at the area to cover up, the eagle worked really well. There are a few areas on close inspection where you can see the old lines popping through the white, but that's better than just blacking out, making it more hard to see what's going on with the eagle.
You have some definite challenges in the eagle. Things that really give the eagle the power are going to be the talons in the head. You just did them too small. You want to lock them in and make it powerful and strong. It gets more of a turkey feel than it does an eagle feel. The other thing is, it's two different shaped wings completely. The one closest to us is a big fat square that doesn't have that strong taper, and then the back wing is right. It's got that long feel.
You've only got so much time to make every line work, and a lot of decisions I had to make on the fly to cover the straight lines going out. It is what it is, but that's why I did it.
But if you had the time to do the non-important flower, that time could have all gone into your main design of the cover-up. At this stage of the game, everything has to be tight because you guys aren't making big mistakes, so it's the little ones that get hit.
Now it's time to find out who the human canvas jury chose. Christian, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. January, why did the jury vote Christian to the bottom?
They thought that it was a little too simple for as far into the game that he is. He could have done what I asked for, a soldier's cross with maybe a good background.
The human canvas jury doesn't understand technicalities of tattooing. I don't believe that what she originally wanted was doable for that particular cover-up.
Compared to the other four, I just don't think it was as good.
I have not changed my canvas's mind once up until now, and because it was technically impossible for me to do.
I do love the tattoo very much.
I apologize if it wasn't what you wanted.
January, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Christian, a little bit more understanding of traditional shading. This tattoo could have been a lot better.
I still think I did a solid tattoo. I think it was technically applied correctly. I don't think I deserve to go home. Nobody wanted that one. And yeah, she's walking away and nobody knows what the is under there.
No matter what the excuse is, it is obvious that a lot of these boys have absolutely no idea what direction to even take in the palm tattoo.
I could hear each and every one of their butts clench when they said that the only artists who did well today were Ryan, Kelly, and Nikki.
Woo! They didn't like that. What I love right now is that I had one of the worst skull picks last week, and I'm gonna dish that to those boys.
Vengeance will be had.
The first person I'm going to is Sketchy, and then the next person is Boneface, and they're gonna get the out of this house.
It's gonna be thrilling watching you do the skull pick. Girl, it's gonna get messy.
Most people wear their tattoos with pride, but 1 in 7 have a tattoo they regret. Today, you must cover a tattoo in a spot that is often a source of embarrassment, a tramp stamp.
I knew that damn tramp stamp fad would come back to bite me in the ass.
Tramp stamps became a fad because their designs were typically small and their placement was easy to hide. However, the placement of the tramp stamp on the extreme lower back makes it a serious challenge to cover tastefully.
Tattooing over already tattooed skin just makes the tattoo process that much more difficult. If an artist doesn't have good technical application, there's no point in tattooing because you're just gonna put them through unnecessary amounts of pain and see the tattoo underneath anyways.
All right, let's meet your canvases.
I'm looking to get a surfer riding a wave with a sunset behind him.
This whole tattoo is so big, and the color is really dark. That is not gonna be fun to cover up. I hope I don't get him.
One by one, please read the artist's name on the bottom of your skull.
Boneface.
Nikki's strategy is clear. She's looking out for the girls and trying to destroy all of the guys. This is gonna be a long day.
You say you wanted to go with a surfer, right?
Yeah, a California sunset with a wave and a surfer, you know, with the hang 10.
Water is something that I don't tattoo well.
So are you cool with black and gray or color?
I would prefer color.
On top of that, the old tattoo is extremely big, extremely black, and gonna be hard to cover.
The biggest thing is that doing all of that, I don't know if we'd be able to squeeze color in.
My main thing was the sunset.
Right.
You know, that's why I wanted a color.
Last week, I barely made it by. This week, if I can't get my canvas to compromise, I could go home.
If we do the shark, it'll be just the shark.
I want the surfer.
Nikki has given me the guy who wants the surfer.
He looks so, like, serious.
But my biggest issue is my design. I can't get this water right, and I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna hide this old tattoo completely. The guys, we're already screwed. The girls keep gaining momentum, and it's gonna be hard to stop them at this point.
3, 2, 1, that's it, time's up, machine's down, no more ink.
Wow. Holy crap, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Boneface's tattoo looks like crap. How could he stay here after this?
I think all the boys are like,
Yeah, the whole Girl Alliance thing is really starting to sting.
who you were aiming for really worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Boneface, it's just a mess.
The only way he's going to be safe is if the judges are sick of Kevin disregarding what they're telling him.
Boneface, he's got 9 lives.
God, drives me crazy.
Today, you had to show bulletproof technical application by covering a tramp stamp, Boneface.
You're consistent with application. It's just here you're really challenged artistically. The first thing is the fluidity of the water. It's very stagnant and stiff. It should flow.
The water that's flying, to me, they look a bit like teeth. The hands are really funny to me. Then this board that doesn't really look like a surfboard.
It looks like an ironing board to me. Your problems are not in your technical application. Your problem in this is your planning and your execution of how to get this design to fit into the new design that you have.
All right, time to hear from the jury of peers. Why did you vote Boneface to the bottom?
This tattoo is just not good looking.
Just look like a cover-up. It's fair. And I know improvements that I could have made, and I know where I messed up at. I don't like to make excuses.
You did a partial redo and a partial cover-up. Both failed in this.
Time to decide who's going home.
Nate, strictly based on technical application and achieving a cover-up, safe.
Agree with that, Robert?
Safe,
okay,
yeah.
so that leaves Kevin and Boneface. It's a pretty huge decision.
For me, I feel like Kevin is just doing the same thing. On the day where it's technical application, he had the opportunity to do something stronger. And Boneface, less appealing tattoo by far and a less cover-up, paid attention to technical application day. But we have a unanimous jury of peers.
Yep.
I gotta go with Boneface.
Robert?
Boneface.
Boneface.
My vote is also for Boneface. The judges have decided. Boneface, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Please pack your machines and close shop.